Ah, there you are. Hello, good day to you. Today's question is there only one blockchain? Short answer to that is no. There can be as many blockchains as we require. Hello there. Question, is there only one blockchain? The answer to that is no. There can be as many blockchains as we would like, as many as we would require. Welcome to Brian's Bitcoin Bytes, where me, Patrick Bryan, give you bytes of information about Bitcoin, today being blockchain. So let's start. Let's break this up. Block and chain. So what is a block? A block is a collection of data recording any transaction that takes place in any market. So we have the Bitcoin blockchain, which records all the transactions of every Bitcoin moving throughout the world. The data is collected and put into a block. You can look at it as a box where a bunch of data gets put into it, or digital on a page even, but it's a block of data. Now the block is so that's the block. Chain comes about by the information that's put into that block. In the case of the Bitcoin blockchain, every 10 minutes it gets sealed. It gets sealed, so nothing can be changed inside that block. No data can be tampered with. It becomes immutable, which, according to the dictionary, means not susceptible to change. This happens by a sort of a calculated equation of all the data that's within that block. An equation is produced. We won't go into how just now. And so the answer to that block gets put into the next block and becomes part of the equation of that block. Once that happens, the first block gets sealed and nothing can be altered in it. You can't open it up again because we've moved on to the next block. This continues to happen by putting more data into that block. And in the case of the Bitcoin blockchain, after 10 minutes, that also gets sealed. An equation comes out of all the data's in there and that equation is moved to the next block. Hence, each block is chained together by the equation of a previous block. Bearing in mind, there are many copies of this blockchain on many computers around the world. So if anybody tried to alter anything within one block, it would have to tally with all the other computers, with all the other computers in the world, in which case it wouldn't, and so it will be rejected. So it is 100% safe once it's in the blockchain. Once it's recorded, your data of whatever the data is in the blockchain, it can never be altered. So that's the blockchain. It's a blocks of data, blocks of transactional information chained together from one to the other, so they cannot be, any one of those cannot be altered because it will affect the subsequent blocks afterwards, and therefore it's rejected. So that is a blockchain. So at the moment, we see that cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, is equated with the word blockchain. But blockchain can be used for anything, and it is being used for various other things right now and will be continued to be used. It's actually quite an incredible technology, much more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is to blockchain what email was to internet. So blockchain is like the internet. So if you grasp the concept of storing your data or any data of any transaction into a block or a ledger, if you like, it's just written down in digital data, you could store anything on a blockchain, anything of value or any records. So you could take a land registry, say. So you could create a blockchain, a ledger of land registry. So anybody who purchased land, their name would go down on the deeds and it would go into a blockchain, which is immutable, which is very helpful for a developing world because records get lost or banks fraud and all that sort of thing. So you can have your car registration, your birth registration, your health records, and not most importantly, but very importantly, your voting records and the way you voted, or how voting will happen. It's all recorded on a blockchain. These will be all individual blockchains, or just ledgers or records of transactions. So you'd have a health blockchain and everybody's health records will be on there. So it's really just a way of recording information that's immutable, totally fraudulent, unfraudulent, whatever, there forever and cannot be changed. Obviously, if you buy a car now, it goes onto the blockchain that you're the registered owner. When you do a deal later on, you sell the car, that gets recorded in the blockchain as well. So therefore, you just put in that car registration or its data number, what we will have in the future, and it will just give a record of where it's come. So it's changeable in respect of passing on the ownership of something. But any single transaction, any single data cannot be altered. So no fraud can take place. And this is an amazing thing, especially with a currency, because it means everybody knows where that currency is, who owns it. Well, not cut. So I hope that makes sense. The question was, is there only one blockchain? And the answer is no. There's already many, many blockchains out there, and possibly in the future, most things will be run on a blockchain. It's more efficient. It's cheaper. Great. Here it comes. Have a good day. Bye now. So I hope I answered that question correctly, not too confusing. I'm Patrick Bryan of Bryan's Bitcoin Bytes, bringing you bytes for information on Bitcoin and blockchain. Have a good day.